Hi, this is Mrs. Scarf. In this video, I'm going to be showing you 4 different ways of making a circle. The easiest way is to find an object in your house that is less than 12 inches across, like a plate. Put it on your paper. Your paper measures 9 by 12. So my plate that I found is a little smaller than that. Then you're going to take your pencil, trace your circular object. Then you are going to cut your circle. After cutting your circle, you're going to need to divide your circle into 8 equal pieces. So begin by, after cutting your circle, take it, fold it in half in this direction. Then you are going to fold it in half again. Use your nails to help you score the edge. Then you're going to fold it in half one more time. When you fold it in half, be very careful that your edges are lining up. And use your nails or the edge of your scissors to help you make some very straight edges. When you are finished, open it up, and you want to take a pencil and a ruler or a straight edge, and you want to mark your horizontal and vertical centers. After that, you want to follow your folding marks and mark those with a pencil. You're going to end up with 8 pieces when you do that. And be very careful to make sure that you're going through the center of your pie when you're doing that. Okay, now I have 8 different pies. After you make your 8 pieces, now you want to mark off the center between each of your pies. So for this, you can use a ruler and measure from one edge of a pie to the other. So this measures about 3 inches. Yours might be different. And make a mark at the approximate center. And do that with 4 pies. So I'm marking the center, which for me is about 1.5 inches. One and a half inches. 1.5 inches. Okay, now that you have marked the center of your pies, what you want to do is go from that mark through the center, is go from that mark through the center and across your circle. And by doing that, you will end up with 16 sections on your circle. Remember to go through the center and through your mark. And now I have a circle that has been divided into 16 different parts. For the second technique, I want you to use the ruler that you got in your art kit and find 2 thumbtacks or something that has a pointy end like a needle. What you want to do is, for this assignment, we're going to create an 8 centimeter circle. So what I want you to do is go to where the 0 is on the centimeter side and poke a hole through your ruler. This ruler is very easy to poke holes in. Then you're going to take that thumbtack and poke another hole at the 8 centimeter mark. And I want you to poke it right where the shorter marks end. So take your thumbtack or your needle and poke a hole right through that. Wiggle your thumbtack around. Then you want to go through the back side and you want to re-poke that hole. Okay, wiggle it around. You're trying to make this hole big enough for your pencil to fit through. Speaking of pencils, you're going to need a pencil that is nice and sharp. So if you haven't sharpened it, sharpen it. Now, take a nail file or some sandpaper and you want to sand very lightly the back of your ruler. This is so that the hole doesn't create a pucker in the ruler later on. Okay, now you're going to take your thumbtack, poke it through the 0. Again, make sure that it is at the end of the short little lines. And poke the center of your paper. So just visually look at your paper and try to find the center. Okay, and now what I want you to do is to flatten the back of that thumbtack so that it is no longer sticking out. I'm going to use my scissors to bend that so that it is no longer sticking out. You can use whatever you want. Okay, the next step is to take your pencil, your sharp pencil, and find that hole that you made at 8 centimeters, and then hold the center of your circle. Hold that thumbtack down, don't let it move, and then slowly go all the way around so that you can form your circle. The nice thing about this method is that you're able to create circles in pretty much any size as long as your ruler can accommodate that size. Okay. The third technique of making a circle requires your color wheel from your color wheel assignment and your carbon paper that comes in kit number 1. The way this works is you're going to take your carbon paper, which makes a copy of anything that you trace, and you're going to put it with the really dark side facing down. If you're concerned that this is going to move, you can put tape on it. Then you are going to place your color wheel directly on top of that. And you want to try to center that as much as you can. You can use paper clips, tape, or your hand to hold everything together so it doesn't move while you are tracing. Now what you want to do is you want to take a pencil and you're going to slowly outline your circle. Take your time. The only bad thing from this method is that the carbon paper that you're using is not erasable. So if you make a mistake, that mistake will stay on that paper. So when you're doing this, you want to go slow and you want to take the time to make sure that you're tracing as accurately as possible. Once you have traced your circle, trace only the edges of the sections. So make a little mark where each pie begins. You also definitely want to make a mark at the center of your circle. So take your pencil and point it down and wiggle it around right at the center. When you are finished, you will have a circle that is exactly like your color wheel. And as you can see, I missed one of the points, and that's not a problem. What you want to do now is you want to take your ruler and you want to go from one mark through the center to the other mark on the other side. And with your pencil, you want to mark each one of those sections of the pie. Remember to always go through the center of your circle, and that's how you're going to get accurate marks. Okay,